For you. Dave, this is from Anthony. Dave, can you please give me the names of some of the softball hitting camps that you recommend? The main one, I'm just going to give you, and guys, if I forget your name here, the ones off the top of my head, Ken Vandergaard, he has a camp that he runs. And plus, they do those camps at the beginning of the year and the end of the year over in Florida. But he has a camp that he runs. He puts out a ton of video on it. The guy knows his shit. I've been talking to him on and off. Matter of fact, he just sent me a message today. I've been talking to him on and off since I first started doing this 10 years ago. And I did a video about him. Steve Emily. I think he is toward Arizona or more toward the West Coast. Ken's on the East Coast. Alan Tanner is another one. Alan Tanner throws camps. The one thing with Alan, I think Alan just does the camp, and then he hits a lot because he's got so much going on. But Ken Vandergaard and Steve actually run camps. I mean, they go around teaching people. That's with seniors, guys. I'm not too familiar with the 30s and the 20s and the 40-year-old guys, but that's a lot of the senior camps, women and men. A lot of co-ed people go to that too. So I would get in contact with those guys and go to a camp. I mean, I this year actually, I talked to my wife about this the other day. Is I want to go down to hit with the Woodlawn Hitting Club and get some video with those guys and Ken, and maybe sneak into when I'm on the West Coast, go visit Steve. I know all those guys, very good guys. So I would get in contact with a few of them guys just to come out. I actually was invited, Bobby Davis invited me to I don't know if this is definite or not, to go down and hit with the Adidas guys on testing bats and just do some video with those guys down there where they do their testing. I think that's in Florida area. This is a long one. It's from Ken. I like watching your videos of you guys taking BP. Reminds me of back in the old days when me and our buddies used to get out and just hit a lot of balls. That was 30 years ago. I played at a major level. He played with Rich is Superior. He's 63 years old right now. And now that I have no desire to play again, I do enjoy the memories that it stirred up while watching you guys hit. 63, and you have no desire to play. I wanted to put this out there, guys. And I wanted to address this. A lot of you guys like watching the video, but you have no interest in playing. And this is just me talking to you guys. 63 is, in my opinion, with senior ball, is too early to retire from anything. I'm the firm believer if you don't get up and start doing things, you're going to die. You need to start working out. You need to start doing things with your body. And if your body is hurting, you need to find ways of getting that fixed. I will probably have surgeries all the way up to the day that I retire because I want to get fixed to actually come back and start playing again. Let me tell you guys why seniors lose desire with anything, with sex, with hobbies. In my opinion, if you lose that desire, you start to die. Your body starts to die. Body starts to get atrophy, and it's just so hard down the road to come back and start doing anything again. Let me tell you the number one reason why you lose all that is hormones. I read a couple of people talking about what is the reason that a lot of the major players, a lot of the pros, just all of a sudden just retire. They don't want to do it no more. They lost that desire. Well, I think they lost that desire because their hormone levels went down. They started losing some type of hormone. Either testosterone was the main one that actually us men start to lose. And what happens is when you lose testosterone, you actually start to turn into a woman. The estrogen levels stay high. so you start getting fat on parts of your body you don't want it in, and then you start being lazy. You start like having this mean attitude where you're just mad at the world. For some reason I had no idea, but that's one of the symptoms of low testosterone. I am a firm advocate in guys going to a doctor, getting your hormone levels checked, all of them, getting your hormones levels checked when you go to the doc, and if they get you on a hormone replacement therapy, do it. Because if you're not doing something that you really did love back in the day, and apparently this guy's talking to me like he played all the big games and he played with all the big teams, it's a hormone problem. And I think 63 is way too young to be sitting there in front of a computer and watching other people hit. When I read that, I was like, I would love to see a lot of these guys at these senior tournaments playing in the 60-year-olds. Well, we got guys on our team that are 62, 63 years old that are playing in the 55s, and they can play in the 50s too, and can still hit it. But they're active. They keep going. Guys, if you give up, if you sit there and if you don't want to be active anymore, then in my opinion, you're dying. You're just going to sit there and just wilt away. Go to a doc, have them check your hormone levels. This one from James. Try to decide between a 2000, I might have did this one, maybe not. Try to decide between a 2018 Miken Freak Patriot Max Load or a 2018 Dudley Lightning Legend Lift Balance. I'm using a 25-ounce bat and wanted to get your opinion on which bat is best out of those two. Man, that's a hard one. I would have to go with the Miken Freak Patriot Max Load. Now that's how bad I hate the lift. And because I think the Max Load was a turd bat too. It doesn't even reach my top 5. The lift doesn't reach my top. But there are so many bats out there, guys, that are in my top 5 that you can pick other than those bats. But guys, I'm sitting over here and I'm going to do a couple of videos and at my daughter's school, and I just realized something I want to show you guys. And I hit a lot of balls. Billy hits a lot of balls, but I just noticed something today that proves that I do hit a lot, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to show you guys right now. I hit so much that I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a worn spot, because that's where I hold the knob of the bat. You can see it right there where it's the reflection off of it, and it's wore down right there in the middle of my hand, and you can see it. It's actually worn that shit smooth right there with that knob twist in the middle of my hand, and you can see it just kind of shining off the there you go, kind of shining off the palm of my hand, and it's actually got an indentation where I hold that knob from hitting so much. We hit like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I was just standing here, I'm looking like, holy shit. That's when you know you hit a lot of freaking balls. Hey guys, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of you guys would like if you would get used to using them. I actually got turned on by this a few years back. My son asked me, my son used them, and then he asked me if I'd like to use his, because I was playing at the beginning of this year. I was playing a few tournaments where it was hot, and then we went to Del Rio, where it was 111 down in Del Rio. So he asked me to take this, and it's actually from his high school football days. And what they would do with this thing is they would put them underneath their helmets, and they would wear them on their head. And a lot of them would play on AstroTurf infields. My son would play on AstroTurf infields, and this actually, the heat from the helmet would keep his head from getting too hot. And a lot of the kids wore them, my son included, during cold. So it actually keeps the heat in from your head. And then what it does, I like about it, it's Under Armour, and I actually love Under Armour products, but it whisks away a lot of the sweat. You don't get sweat in your eyes going down your head. guys, it kept my head from getting hot, is what I'm trying to say.